What if you could see lions, elephants, and rhinos roaming freely, and then turn around to watch waves crash against towering cliffs? That's South Africa. From wild safaris in iconic reserves to breathtaking coastal landscapes, this country is a place of raw beauty and adventure at every turn. In this video, we're exploring South Africa's incredible wildlife and dramatic coastal cliffs, and showing why it's one of the most diverse and unforgettable destinations on Earth. The Big Five, what they are, and where to see them. When people say the Big Five, they mean lions, leopards, elephants, rhinos, and Cape buffalo. These animals were named by hunters as the most dangerous to track on foot, but today they're the most sought-after sightings on any safari. South Africa is one of the best places in the world to see all five in the wild, and Kruger National Park is the crown jewel. Kruger is massive, roughly the size of Wales, and is home to around 20,000 elephants, 2,000 lions, and more leopards than almost anywhere else on Earth. Game drives happen at dawn and dusk when animals are most active. Sitting in an open vehicle just meters from a lioness with her cubs is something that rewires how you see the natural world. Beyond Kruger, reserves like Hluhlu Mfolozi in KwaZulu-Natal are critically important for white rhino conservation. This park literally saved white rhinos from extinction. Kruger National Park, the ultimate safari ground. Kruger deserves its own section because it's not just a park, it's an entire ecosystem you can drive yourself through. Unlike many African reserves that require expensive guided tours, Kruger lets you self-drive on paved roads. You pick up a map, set off at opening time, and suddenly you're navigating a landscape where an elephant might block your path for 20 minutes because he simply doesn't care about your schedule. Park has rest camps where you can stay overnight and hear hyenas cackling, hippos grunting, and insects creating a wall of sound in the darkness. There are over 500 bird species in Kruger alone. The private reserves on Kruger's western border, places like Sabi Sands, offer world-class lodges with twice-daily guided drives. Sabi Sands is famous for leopard sightings. These big cats are naturally elusive, but the leopards here have grown comfortable around vehicles, giving guests extraordinary close-up views that wildlife photographers travel across the world for. Cape Town, where mountains meet the ocean. Cape Town might be the most visually stunning city on the planet. It sits at the foot of Table Mountain, a flat-topped marvel towering 1,086 meters above the city, with the Atlantic Ocean on one side and Table Bay on the other. Taking the cable car up gives you 360-degree views across the Cape Peninsula and both oceans. The Bo-Kaap neighborhood climbs the hillside with its bright painted houses and Cape Malay heritage. The V&A waterfront buzzes with restaurants, markets, and ferries to Robben Island, where Nelson Mandela spent 18 of his 27 years in prison. That tour, led by former political prisoners, is one of the most moving experiences in Africa. Clifton's beaches are sheltered and beautiful, while Camps Bay stretches wide with the 12 Apostles mountain range as its backdrop. The food scene is excellent too. Fresh seafood, South African braai culture, and some of the continent's finest restaurants are all within reach. The Cape Peninsula. Penguins, cliffs, and two oceans. Driving south from Cape Town, the journey immediately becomes a feast for the senses as the road winds along sheer cliffs, with the Atlantic Ocean crashing violently against the rocks far below. The coastline is dotted with charming fishing villages, each with its own rustic character, and the winding road seems to cling precariously to the cliffsides, offering endless glimpses of turquoise waters stretching to the horizon. Your ultimate destination is the Cape of Good Hope, the dramatic, rocky tip of Africa, where the mighty Atlantic and Indian Oceans eventually converge. Here, the landscape is wild and untamed. Raw cliffs and windswept shores meet rugged hiking trails that reward you with panoramic views so breathtaking they almost take your breath away. A short detour brings you to Boulders Beach, near Simonstown, home to one of South Africa's most delightful surprises, a colony of African penguins. These small tuxedoed birds are completely unbothered by human presence, and you can sit just a few meters away as they shuffle, preen, and waddle back to their burrows. With around 2,000 penguins calling this beach home, watching them dive into the surf and emerge covered in seawater is endlessly entertaining, a living reminder of nature's charm and humor. Another highlight along the route is the Chapman's Peak Drive, widely regarded as one of the world's most spectacular coastal roads. This narrow, twisting road is carved directly into the cliffs, with dizzying drops down to the ocean hundreds of meters below. The scenery is nothing short of cinematic, with waves crashing against the cliffs, sheer rock faces rising beside you, and every turn offering a new perspective on the dramatic coastline. The Garden Route: forests, whales, and coastal beauty. Stretching over an impressive 300 kilometers along South Africa's southern coastline, the Garden Route is a breathtaking region that offers a stunning mix of natural beauty and charming human settlements. This scenic stretch is famed for its lush indigenous forests, tranquil lagoons, pristine beaches, and a series of quaint towns that each have their own unique character. One of the highlights is Knysna, a town nestled around a spectacular lagoon that is internationally renowned for its oysters. The lagoon is flanked by the dramatic Knysna Heads, two enormous sandstone cliffs that majestically guard the entrance to the estuary, creating a picture-perfect view that attracts photographers and nature lovers alike. Further along the route lies Titsikima National Park, a haven for adventure seekers and nature enthusiasts. The park is home to towering yellowwood trees, some of which are centuries old, and offers scenic suspension bridges that span wild, rushing rivers. It is also the starting point of the Otter Trail, one of South Africa's most famous and challenging hiking routes, which takes trekkers through coastal forests, over cliffs, and along rugged shorelines. The region is also a hotspot for wildlife, particularly marine giants. Between June and November, southern right whales migrate to these warm coastal waters to calve. The town of Hermanus has earned a global reputation as one of the best land-based whale-watching destinations in the world. Visitors can stroll along cliffside walkways and watch in awe as 40-ton whales breach and play just a short distance from the shore, an experience so close that there's no need for a boat to witness it. Best time to visit and safari tips. For safari in Kruger, the dry winter months between May and September are ideal. Vegetation thins out, animals crowd around waterholes, and sightings are easier. For Cape Town, November through March is warm and sunny. Whale watching is best from June to November along the southern coast. A few tips worth knowing before you go. Always follow your ranger's lead. They read animal behavior in ways that take years to learn. Wear neutral colors on safari. Khaki and olive tones blend in, while bright colors can agitate animals. Bring good binoculars, sunscreen, and a dust-proof bag for your camera. Most importantly, be patient. Wildlife doesn't perform on schedule. Some of the greatest safari moments happen when you stop the vehicle, go quiet, and simply wait. South Africa proves adventure comes in every form, from savanna to sea. If this inspired your wanderlust, hit like and subscribe for more incredible destinations, and watch the next video to discover another place where nature and wildlife leave you speechless.